back.
Pew, 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 pew.
How do
That
you
got
feel?
me, man. That totally got me. I had some tears when I saw Janja crying. That was emotional.
I didn't like how they cut, like, because they should have known with only 2 starters to come that at least Janja was getting the gold, and they were still like cutting to weird angles whatsoever. I'm just empty inside. I feel like broken.
You feel broken. You must feel so happy about the Japanese podium though.
Yeah, I'm really happy about the Japanese podium, but I'm like, yesterday it was drama, and I didn't like, except for tomorrow, I didn't have like anyone I was really cheering for.
Yeah.
But today, not Akiyo was able to lose something. I was able to lose something as well, but
But I think it was brilliant. I'm glad. I'm so happy the lead was entertaining because well, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. Where do you want to start?
Where do we? Today we start with congratulations, Janja Garnbret, the world's best climber of all time, right? Just gotta say it like this.
She's the one-woman demolition machine.
Demolition machine, yeah. And then in second place, Miho Nonaka, also great fight today, especially with the bowlers. And then Akiyo Noguchi, the queen.
Yes, one final, last hurrah, the legend.
Oh, it's like a legendary podium, like something, yeah, great.
I think it's the best podium. Personally, it's my perfect podium. I'm so happy that Janja got it because it's what we expected, right?
Yeah, and she earned it. It's fair to say she did a good job.
Absolutely, very well deserved.
Yeah, then we start with the speed. Today I paid better attention to the speed round.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote down all the duels, and just looking at the duels, there was no surprise in the first round. Or probably like Akiyo versus Jessie. Akiyo beat Jessie Pilz in her first race, which was 8:55 for Akiyo and just 8:89 for Jessie. That was like really close.
Yeah.
And then I don't remember Brooke's times, but Brooke just fell in the first race.
Brooke choked badly, seemingly throughout the entire competition, but in the speed especially, she choked. She looked very nervous, I have to say.
I gotta say this as well. Like always, like really close to tears or really nervous. Like, but I try to imagine what it's like to start at an Olympic. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. That's a good thing. It's just every 4 years normally. It's like that's what it's supposed to be, like the big Usain Bolt moment.
Yeah, and because she's American, she has so much pressure from the American, whatever they're called, the American team. She's just expected to do well, but when Janja's in there,
you never know. Yeah, and especially speed. We talked about it yesterday. Speed is just unforgiving. Got to be relentless, and then everything played out after this, right? Pilz was of course a little bit quicker than Chaehyun Seo, who slipped as well, but she had like a really slow time in her first race as well, like just 10 seconds. And then Janja beat Brooke again, and then of course the Japanese girls lost, so we can go to the final race here. The finals, Miho was quicker than Akiyo. Yeah.
That's expected.
Yeah, expected, but could also have been like different, a slip, a fail, and then Akiyo would have gotten the silver.
Sure, yeah, sure.
This way, and then Anouck Miroslav, a world record.
A world record, amazing. That's so cool to see, and I'm so happy we saw it at the Olympics because that's going to put speed climbing like into hyper popularity.
I hope so. Yeah, someone asked me to do a split screen comparison of Alexandra Miroslav and Adam Ondra. I will do this. I will publish this on Instagram because Adam Ondra ran his best times, like below 7. So they're really similar, and I'd like to see that.
Interesting. Yeah. And he's much taller, so he's going to look slow, but they'll get to the top at the same time. Yeah. I have quite a lot more to say about Alexandra Miroslav, but we can say that at the end.
Yeah.
we can get there, and it's about the format,
Yeah. But this time we had like 2 speed specialists in the finals. Anouck, who climbed well, in my opinion, like the whole competition, huge fighter, and Miroslav. So the first 2 spots were taken this time by speed specialists, which did not play out that much in the rest of the competition. No. Then I ranked, because I was interested, because I don't like the shootout format, and then I ranked all the timings of the speed category again by time, and then it just changed Janja's and Miho's and Akiyo's position. Janja was 3rd, or would have been 3rd, then Miho in 4th, and Akiyo in 5th. But yeah, that's how it is. Just was interested in it.
Does seem slightly strange that they run the speed format differently for the qualies and the final. I'm not sure I like that. I think I'd prefer to go on time. It makes more sense.
I like to go on time, but you could end up with a tie. Like if someone goes like really like same time. What they do, I watched all the other Olympic sports, which I could watch. And when it came to, what is it called, like indoor bike racing, what do you call it?
Wait, what, in the velodrome, like?
Yeah, in the velodrome racing. Yeah, I think they have shootout motors as well, but they drive like the first one is going versus position number 4. So if you are already close after qualification to a medal ranking, you stay close to the medal ranking, so you can never drop to the loser bracket, kind of.
Okay.
And maybe this should have been considered, especially looking back to yesterday, Adam Basser. But yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Should we move to our favorite category, the boulders?
Let's do it. Yeah, have I got anything to say else on the speed? No. The really cool thing was to see Akiyo go into the winning bracket and Janja into the losing bracket. You said that in a text to me, and I was like, oh, Akiyo could do well here, and she did well. That was cool.
It's so important. Yeah. The bouldering round. Compared to yesterday, we had 2 speed climbers in this bouldering round. I guess we will talk about the speed climbers on the boulder wall.
Yeah, sure.
But in general, it was a little bit difficult, right?
Yeah. So in my opinion, the boulder setters probably had the hardest job of between lead and boulder, because they have to set hard enough for Janja, which also means the remaining 7 climbers probably won't get any tops, or they won't do so well, which unfortunately means it's going to be less of an entertaining show because there are fewer tops. That's how I feel. It was less entertaining for me than the men's, for sure, but just because Janja is so much better.
It was way less, but on the other hand, right now, I don't know where they try to go to. Maybe they try to go for a flash round as well, and just usually underestimated the conditions, the climbers, and the boulder problems, because all the boulder problems were kind of possible, and Brooke had like 2 near tops, so it's always like a slight margin, humidity, temperature, and the pressure. And I know what you're saying. It's like the gap of performance between like the best climber, like the density when it comes to the men is just way closer together. Like anyone can win on a given good day.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. What's your favorite boulder?
Boulder number 2. Yours as well?
Yeah.
Do you want to go first? Why?
It reminded me of the good old days, like it reminded me of back when the timing was 4+, you could jump back on and you could stay on the wall for as long as you want. I could imagine like 2016 Shauna Coxey absolutely cruising that, because it was kind of confusing. You were in a box. It was kind of awkward. Yeah, it's nice to see that, actually. I enjoyed it.
What I really liked about it is, again, the whole theme that you were possibly able to climb it in different ways, because the German MC said you were supposed to start like face outwards towards the front, the audience. They found another way to do it. But what I like is it was tricky. It was not length dependent. If you stepped higher with your right foot, you were able to get to the zone. And then it was like, what I like, I think I criticized it yesterday, like that we don't have that feeling of going around something or going into a groove chimney like this. So you are climbing with all of your 4 body parts, and as soon as you let go of one of those, you're off the wall.
Yeah.
And then the top. The only thing I have to criticize is probably the top, like the 2 plywood volumes, did not seem to be necessary. And
yeah, I agree with that. I would, in hindsight, for sure, you take them off and make the last move like showy and dynamic, just like Janja did it. But it's hard. It's hard to say. You can do.
Yeah. But like with all the other 3 boulders, there were many options. Like from a route setter's perspective, what we could have done a little bit easier or a little bit more difficult. So that's our favorite boulder. Nice.
So wait, before you ask me the difficult question, for boulder number 1, what would you change to make it easier?
Boulder number 1 looked a little bit like General Akbar. Like, is it a trap or is it not a trap? Because as soon as Anouck Jaubert like stepped higher with her right foot, I was like, maybe that's the intended way, and the other one is just a trap. Because the plywood triangle on the far left side looked a little bit too far. So I would have put it a little bit further to the right, maybe a smaller one. Otherwise, like the volumes just crash into each other. So it's a little bit easier to launch into the palm press.
Yeah.
What was your question? How to make it easier, right?
Just your review of it, but how to make it easier also. Yeah.
Yeah, my general review would have been like good boulder, a little bit too slow, and too many moves. I think it's down to the camera team that we always started with a slab, like on the left side, and then went further to the right.
Yeah. Do you think that's why? Yeah, I was wondering.
I'm pretty sure that they have like because like this camera team did not seem to be like that capable of doing a lot of stuff. And if you tell them, okay, in semifinals we go right to left, and in finals we go left to right, I think it could have been a little bit too confused.
Can't handle it. Yeah. The trap. Oh no, you carry on.
Yeah, I think
about making it easier.
I think just a quicker start would have been the solution.
Yeah. Yeah. No. It's nice to see. Are you still there? You're not frozen? It's nice to see an unstable first boulder. I quite like that.
Yeah.
But down to the method, the beta. Do you think Anouck Jaubert was able to do foot first right hand because she was the tallest?
I thought about like maybe being tall or being explosive, because her legs must have been like some of the most explosive legs. But didn't Jessie do it as well like this?
Yeah, Jessie did do it as well, and she's not as tall.
But Brooke looked like, okay, I got my foot here, but I don't feel it that I can launch from here. So maybe it's a little bit. What we could have done, or like the setters could have done, is just like rotated the flat hold, which had like a horizontal surface, just a little bit further to the left. Yeah. So like once you step on it with your foot, it launches you away from the hold. But once you push with it, you can, like with your palm down, I think it would still work, the move.
Yeah. So it's hard to know what the intended sequence was meant to be, but it's a trap. It's a trap, like you say. There are 2 options.
Yeah, maybe. And I guess the route setters tried the second one and felt like that must be really, really difficult.
Yeah.
But in general, like after this move, they just underestimated the difficulty, because otherwise, like if this first move would have been a little bit easier or more approachable, the rest of the boulder would have been more approachable as well. Like in general, they were running out of time most of the times in all of the boulders. Yeah. But Akiyo was also like very nervous, right? She needed like 2 or 3 tries just to reach the starting hold.
Yeah. Well, not as nervous as Brooke, it seems, because Brooke choked again at the top of that boulder. And I don't know whether it was nerves or conditions or just like, she was shaking and stressing out, and her foot popped. But yeah, poor Brooke. Because she was doing so well at the start of the boulder. She tried literally everything, and then it clicked, and she was at the top, but she did it. It's such a shame.
Yeah. The boulder consisted of 2 difficult parts, and then Brooke like messed it up, let's put it this way, or choked on the top. But like the first move, and some people on Instagram asked how this move is supposed to be done, and I think my advice would be try to stay as close to the wall, of course, but also reach it like crossover as slow as possible. Of course, it's a quick move, but keep your upper body as far left as possible until you can control it, and then only move your lower body to kick it. I think you were able to see the differences. If you moved like your upper body as well as the same time as your lower body and didn't try to slow it down, your whole body axis was starting to rotate and your hip was too far away from the wall.
Yeah, but also there can't be too much delay between you latching this hand and kicking the foot, because if there's a long delay, then you'll miss the foot plant. I really like that move. It's sick. But I wasn't too keen on first move foot plant and then the next move another foot plant. It's kind of weird to see the same move twice, basically. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, true that. Yeah, true. I didn't think about it. What was more like obvious for me was like how experienced and how fierce Brooke is when it comes to standing in bolt holes or on edges of a volume, because Brooke and Janja were the only two to commit and do the next move, and Brooke was standing on top of the triangle just on the edge, while Janja was always standing on the surface and slipped 1 or 2 times. And I didn't think this could happen.
Yeah. Yeah, Brooke is a demon when it comes to the screw holes and the bolt holes. Like in Salt Lake, she was standing in everything. It was great.
Yeah.
What else?
That's everything. Yeah. Maybe what I would have to add here is Alexandra Miroslav, or just speed climbers in general. No, I can't say general anymore because Anouck did a way better job. Yeah. But what are the other speed climbers doing? Like, there's Instagram. There are bouldering gyms with bouldering walls, you know.
It's like they don't know what's going on in the world of bouldering. It's crazy.
It's really crazy. Like if you don't know what to do, then maybe she should just like stand around and just skip bouldering at all. But like, she wasn't flexible to think. That's what you need for bouldering, like looking for solutions, problem solving. But
and actually, we can talk about this now. Now we're back onto Alexandra Miroslav. No hate to Alexandra Miroslav. She's a world record holder in speed. This is amazing what she was able to do. But I'm gonna go back on what I said yesterday about the format. I think this is where the format falls down, because she was clearly the best in speed, but she was, let's say, shit in everything else. And that's just bad for the sport, I think.
So would you prefer, like, if you finish first in one of the 3 disciplines, that you kind of like from the maths always get at least the bronze medal?
No. I would prefer that if you get first in speed, or if you get first in speed, then you should at least be able to do some moves in the boulders. Or you should at least be able to get a third of the way up the lead wall, because this is a test of the all-round climber. Alexandra Miroslav ended up in 4th position, but only because she won the speed. She's not the best all-round. She's not the 4th best all-round climber, and I don't think. I think that's a failing of the format, not of her. She was amazing.
On the other hand, we could criticize the Routesetting team. Compared to yesterday, the start of the bouldering round was not that approachable and inviting. Yesterday, we had the slow traverse, foot swap, foot match, with hands, without hands. So you had like more ways to do it. And maybe the first boulder should have been a little bit easier at the start.
Yeah, sure. And the lead too. The lead was like super insecure at the start. Really fucking insecure. Oh yeah. Yeah. Should we go to boulder number 3?
Yeah, I think we just agree on it's a mix of the rules, like of the construct of the Olympic combined. Then Alexandra Miroslav, please, if you want to continue bouldering and lead, please do something about it. And just a little bit the route setters, but whatever.
Yeah, you got it. You're right.
Yeah, it's boulder number 2, right? No, boulder number 1.
Yeah.
Sorry, boulder number 1. When what I've seen as well, like when Brooke did it, she was standing on top of the triangle volume with her left foot and foot plant to the right, so she only got the screw on, while because she had a stable position for her left foot. while Janja, who did not have a stable position for her left foot, latched over with her left hand and matched the hold on top where she was going to.
Yeah. And before that attempt, before the attempt that she achieved that, she was like, I'll do it this way, and then I don't even need to worry about my foot because I'm just strong enough to do this.
Yeah. Again, 2 ways to climb it. I think this time not intended, but
yeah. As the English commentary was saying, brute strength. She's just got brute strength, and it's a total masterclass.
I love it. I wish I had brute strength.
I think you still do.
Boulder number 2. Do you think boulder number 2 needed any brute strength?
No, I don't think so. I think boulder number 2 needed climbing IQ and like minute adjustments until you made the right body position to continue. No brute strength required, I don't think.
Me neither.
No.
I think it was time consuming as well. And I don't know whether the English MC said that, but the German commentator said that in his worksheet, the route setters wanted them to face like forward.
Yes.
But it didn't seem like really inviting. I think Jesse Pilz tried it once.
Yeah.
No one else, right?
It didn't seem inviting. Someone did it facing outwards, and it looked like they were able to get the left foot onto the blue screw-ons much easier. But in the end, I don't think it mattered because it was possible facing in, so it's fine. Yeah.
I'd like to climb. I'd love to climb that boulder problem, because this is one of the boulder problems which is like most of the times a lot of people ask like, how hard are the boulder problems? And I think if you have the flexibility to get into this chimney position at the start, it's not that hard. It's like, it's just like stand on friction, find the best possible way how to do it, and the time pressure of 4 minutes. Because at the top it was again slow, and then this last committing move using the plywood volume or going all out. And was a heartbreak for Brooke, gotta say.
Brooke, again, another heartbreak from Brooke. And as it happened, boulder number 3 was the only success Brooke had in the whole comp, I think. I
was a little bit amazed that Akiyo, I think we both were amazed that Akiyo didn't crush boulder number 2.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because Flexible has the experience to find a way through this groove. But over, I think.
That's totally her style, isn't it? But as it happened, it didn't matter so much. It didn't matter so much.
Yeah, it didn't matter that much. Okay. Boulder number 3. Did this matter?
Boulder number 3 did not matter at all. No. Well, I guess it mattered to second and third place. Who came second in the bouldering? I forgot.
I don't know anymore, but Miho got a zone in boulder number 3. So it mattered kind of.
Yeah, it mattered. Yeah.
Like Brooke got a zone, Miho got a zone, and for sure Janja got a zone. And I think I don't want to pull up the ratings here, but
that's okay. No, well, it certainly didn't matter to Janja, boulder number 3. That was just an exhibition, even though she wasn't able to top it. I think it was really hard, no? Like too hard, and again, really time consuming. You only maybe had 2 good attempts at it. I would, in hindsight, if I was on the setting team, I probably would have brought the higher toe hook move after the zone. I would bring that right hand down because it wouldn't affect the toe hook. You would still have to put the toe in. And I would maybe flatten the slot slightly. So it was more able to you were more able to swing over to get that first toe hook in. Just flatten the slot slightly, but hindsight again.
But then after this, there's another move. You kind of have to step into the slot, onto the screw, and go into the shoulder, match, and go all out. It's just like, wow, should we need like 3 zones, 4 zones? I don't know.
It's full on. Yeah, that boulder should have been done by points. There should have been like 10 points for the first hold, 20 points for the slot. etc.
Yeah, but yeah, like you said, like maybe flatten the slot, and yeah, maybe make the toe hook bigger. Or what I liked is that Janja actually did it, like into the shoulder, matched left hand and left foot.
Yeah.
To cross over and traverse to the right.
Yeah.
Because it felt like you had only one really good attempt once you were in your shoulder to catch the toe hook.
Yeah.
And that's just full on power. And then this mirroring all out move, which was supposed to happen afterwards, it was like after 2-3 powerful moves.
And then the finish that we didn't get to see, that even looked really hard. I don't know what was going to happen there, like double undercuts and out like that.
Yeah, and I think you got the one where Janja fell and then into the shoulder, maybe like you're standing in the crack, and then there was another jib, maybe match, and then put your foot onto the jib, and then maybe whatever. I think more hard moves.
Yeah, for sure. Chaehyun Seo also tried to do the left foot to left hand after the slot, and she couldn't do it. So I assume it was very hard.
Yeah, I was amazed that she could do it, because I think she's one of the smallest and she can hold on. Like just holding on should be an ability or a skill. Just okay, I got my holds. I'm here now.
Yeah. Don't let go.
Don't let go. But besides this, Akiyo no zone again. Yeah, that was a surprise for me. In her first try, she didn't hit the slot. So, like you said, maybe make the slot a little bit bigger.
Well, yeah, bigger or flatter.
Or maybe even a jib on a slot.
Yeah.
The first volume, so you get it, so you can swing back and forth. Just our ideas how to do it. Like maybe we will find an Olympic bouldering wall one day, and then we can try to recreate all the moves and see what we would have done and how difficult it actually is. But
I'm sure there'll be one in Germany soon. You guys have all the best walls and all the money.
I'll talk to someone. Let's see who we can get. Yeah, that was bouldering, like all over. Like, did you like the round of the boulders?
Did I like the round? Not as much as the men's, but like I said before, I think the boulder setters just have a really hard job. It's too hard to set for Janja and then everyone else. It's so separate. Maybe we could have seen some more like one dynamic boulder. A bit showy for the Olympics.
Also quicker. Yeah, it was too time consuming.
Yeah,
too many moves, too time consuming. Okay, I think we got this. I forgot where we started and how we started, but yeah, we got that.
The lead, yeah.
Let's go to the lead. Who started the lead? I didn't take note. Because of the speed climbers. Yeah.
So I believe it was Miroslav who started. She got to the 9th hold.
Yeah.
We don't need to talk about that anymore.
No.
The start looked very insecure, like flat, very directional holds. Not good for the nervous, and that's probably why Brooke had another choke.
That was like
rookie.
Someone posted a picture on Instagram saying foot slip, but I think she just missed it, right?
I think her foot slipped on the. She was on that Dual-Tex ball, wasn't she? I think her foot slipped on the No-Tex.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like Jessica Pilz showed another way how to do it, just matching the hole a little bit more powerful, but maybe a safer way. But I think when Brooke didn't do this move, it reminded me of yesterday. The guys were coming from the right to the left, climbing around it, and then they had another move to the 2-finger pocket, really similar, just easier. But then yesterday I was already scared that someone might fall. And today we had it, Brooke Raboutou, and that was a medal for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Devastating. And but the move wasn't that easy, right? Like Akiyo didn't look that stable in it, and then at least she moved way further.
Actually, good point. When Akiyo got to that pocket, she looked like she was flailing and insecure, and she looked like she was struggling around that green ball area, and then she relaxed after it, and I was like, oh yeah, Akiyo's gonna get to the top. No.
So So pockets, and then a couple of cheetah dishes, and then we entered the sloper zone on the red, just like Huggy and Thuggy. Yeah, of course. Yeah, get pumped. You are Akiyo. You're not used to those holes anymore at this height. Then you go. Let go. Bronze medal. All good.
It's fine, yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm happy with that. Well done, Akiyo.
Yeah. Take it. And next up, Janja. And I thought Janja would top it. Honestly. Like when she started, I was like, yeah, okay, that's Terminator Janja.
Yeah.
Then, because she was so in control, do you remember the section before the pockets? There was like 360 volumes, like the yellow ones, in a V shape. And I think everyone else who made it so far jumped into these two Gaston V shapes. But Janja crossed over and then had a lot of tension on the left foot, right foot, and was able to move into this statically. And I was like, yeah, that's the point where she will show us who's Janja, who's boss.
Yeah.
The top section, do you think Jakob would have sent it?
Yeah, we spoke about this. I don't know, man. I'd love to see him on it. I think he'd struggle. It looked hard.
The holes were so tiny.
Yeah. After such a long start, going into that. Yeah. Jibs on volumes. Oh.
Yeah. It's gross. And then Miho. Yeah, she fell on the pocket as well. Like, she had the pocket.
Yeah.
What did she do after this? Like, she tried to match?
No, I can't remember. I'm sorry, I can't remember. It was high drama, right? I remember. Oh, yeah, that's right. Seo was like one hold away from Miho, right? No, sorry.
No. What did you write down?
I don't remember. Seo was one hold away from something.
Yeah, from Janja.
It was a Janja. Okay.
I think, or just I don't know. I just wrote down Seo second. So Miho, back to the pocket. Sorry, guys. So the pocket where Brooke fell, Miho got it, and then she put her second hand on top of it, which was dual tags, and then maybe her right foot was too high, but she fell straight afterwards. So she was behind Akiyo, and then everything was just a blur. Yeah. Because I didn't know what Jessie had to do or had not to do. Jessie looked solid. I think you wrote Jessie looks really, really strong, like a beast or whatsoever. And then Jessie climbed up to hold 34 plus. So 3 holds lower than Janja. That's it for Jessie. She was not good enough in speed, not good enough at bouldering, so she didn't have to do anything about the medals. And then the ranking was already Janja, Miho, Akiyo. And the problem was that, not the problem, Janja had already won, and the camera guys had Janja crying. Okay, cut.
It's like they didn't want to show Janja crying. Come on,
maybe they didn't get it.
She's just won gold. Show her emotional.
Yeah,
and I was
a little bit disappointed about that.
Yeah.
Okay, and then do you remember the math? Like, what did Seo was allowed to do something and was not allowed to do something?
Otherwise, do I remember the math? No. I was just looking at no, I can't remember.
I'm pretty sure Seo, like if we do the math, I'm pretty sure, or I was under the impression, if Seo topped the route, had position number 1, then Janja 2, Miho 3, and like all the other math, I think then Seo would have ended up like on 3rd place.
Yeah, I think bronze.
Because of the multiplicator for Akiyo would have been like too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Seo ended up in 2nd place, and then we have our podium.
And a great podium. What a podium. You love to see it.
Yeah. What do we take away from these Olympic Games?
I think it's been a great success, like a massive success, honestly. And I wrote this yesterday, but I forgot to say it. Climbing is undeniably cool. It's just the coolest thing. And you didn't see this so much in the rest of the Olympic Games, but where in the venue for the climbing, there was a DJ, there was some entertainment between the boulder and the lead, which is sick. I didn't actually see it, but it's cool that they had entertainment there. And because it was a new sport, obviously there were loads of like Olympic dignitaries there. It seemed like there was a big-ish crowd considering fans weren't allowed in the arena. I think it's a total success.
And it's a sport for the audience. I read an interview with a German swimmer who won gold medal in free, like 10K or 20K of swimming.
Wow.
Yeah, no audience. There's like just nothing for the audience, like seeing someone swim 2 hours in a row. But we are used like having at least like 3 to 4 to 5,000 people in the audience when it comes to lead and bouldering, like big venues, and especially like the team atmosphere. Like now you could hear like all the coaches yelling, physios yelling, and all the other athletes, and that was pretty cool. And did you see like Jakob yesterday, like on Instagram, like how the Austrian team welcomed him home and his medal, like into
through the tunnel?
Yeah, that's so sick. Yeah, climbing is great. Yeah, good that you pointed that out.
It's just undeniably cool. How can you not like climbing? It makes so much sense.
Yeah.
But I do think speed climbing. I think we'll see some speed climbing walls popping up. I think that might become quite popular.
I'm pretty sure. I'm a little bit scared that lead boulder combination might fall out of the Olympic program because it's not as easy to understand. Maybe it's easier now to understand with only lead and bouldering happening, but speed is it's crazy. Like once you see speed live, first time I've seen it live, Youth Worlds at Arco 2019, it's crazy. Like the crowd is hyped and it's quick over, and you have your favorites, and you know what happens, slip, fall, boom, you're out. And yeah, I get it. Like the format right now is unfair. Is it unfair? I don't know. Like it's just weird and hard and difficult to understand. But I wish they would keep it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm not so sure now. I think the formats. I'm okay with getting rid of speed or separating speed. Yeah, the thing with speed is it's just so obvious what's going on to someone who doesn't know anything about climbing. You can have world records and Olympic records, and it fits that traditional Olympic, ethos. But with lead and boulder, for me the biggest thing for the next Olympics is the commentary teams. We need better commentary, because basically the commentators seem to not know anything about the sport, and if they're the guys in charge of telling the public what's going on, then the public is not going to know what's going on.
TV channels would save a shitload of money if they would just hire one English-speaking and one Spanish-speaking team directly being at the venue.
Yeah.
But yeah. Like even in Germany, it wasn't that great. But yeah, like my mother was entertained because the MC was entertaining the commentary, and it was informative, even though it was like really faulty, a lot of like mistakes and flaws and whatsoever. But
it's all right. It's fine. Climbing is in the Olympics. It's totally fine. Let's not worry about the commentary this time. It's all good.
We are done with our Olympic beta talks. Jake, I want to thank you so much for joining me here, so spontaneous. And guys, if you want to see more of us too, I think we are motivated to do it again for the World Championships, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I've really enjoyed this. I think we should do it for the World Champs. I also think we should do it for the World Cups if you're interested. I mean, I'm sure people that are watching are interested, hopefully.
Drop us your comments here, and let's see what we do, right?
Also, if you're watching, I want you to follow Beta Routesetting on Instagram and follow Schnicklis on Instagram, because this guy needs a blue tick so he needs 10,000 followers, or he needs the blue tick so he can use the swipe up function. So do that.
Thank you. That's true. I need my blue arrow, the swipe up thingy. And follow Jake. He's part of Bouldering Bobet. They are about to open a new bouldering gym in London. It's called Hang, and I will tell you a story about that when I meet Jake again. And I think it's October, September. I don't know. We will see each other again this year, probably 99%. Let's hope for the best. Guys, see you. Jake, see you soon. Bye.
Cheers, man. Bye.